Hurry on home. Fighting Bobby Chacon. From Youngstown, Ohio.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time once again for the Boom Boom Room, live from Youngstown Studios. I am your Spit Bucket Man, Viking Jim, our corner man, Joe Danier, and your host, my friend, your friend, man about town, and general all-around good guy, Ray Boom Boom Mancini.
Man, my man Vike. Thank you.
I walk in with 30 seconds and I still pulled it off, bro.
How about that? Vike just dragged it. Thank you for listening to another round of the Boom Boom Room. I'm your host, Ray Mancini, and here with my guy, Joe Danier, and as you just heard, my Spit Bucket Man, Viking Jim,
Hey, Ray,
who literally just walked in 30 seconds before.
And I got to tell you a funny story real quick. I was going to McDonald's on Sunday to get a breakfast bagel, right?
Right.
And I saw the same model car you got, same color, same whole 9 yards. I couldn't get my phone out without causing a traffic problem, so I couldn't take the picture. I wanted to take a picture of this car and send a picture to you and say, hey, Lefty, is that your car?
Somebody could have stolen it. For that, he calls me Lefty, because that was a movie I did years ago called Search for One-Eyed Jimmy, and the whole gig was with me and Nick Turturro. Nick, he was always stealing my car.
It's a good running gag, man.
So
it's a cult classic right there, bro.
Yeah, it is, that's for sure. Well, hey, a lot of things to talk about, but first and foremost, I mean, I want to start off on a serious note, and it's I want to extend my condolences out to all the people in Thousand Oaks, California. Man, it's just this nonsense. It's got to stop. It's got to stop. You got college kids. I have a son in college, and you always tell your children to be aware of all their surroundings. Always be aware of your surroundings, wherever you're at. And these college kids who go to a nightclub to dance and have. Somebody comes up and starts shooting up the joint. Oh man, I apologize. Starts shooting up the joint, and several were killed. So it's just another tragedy, and it seems that we're getting, you just, I guess, you just get hardened by it, and you another shooting. That's what a friend of mine told me. All right, there's another shooting. Like it was just commonplace.
Isn't that weird how hard we've gotten to that? Because, can you name any of the guys in the last 6 off the top of your head without looking it up?
No,
Can you name any of the 6 shooters? That's sad.
And it is. And you also get desensitized. That's the word I was going. We're getting desensitized.
There you go. Desensitized,
in front of my college, you hear another shooting. I mean, it's become more commonplace than it should in this world. And we just, God, pray to God that He makes things right. It's just terrible, man. It's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing going on. So I just want to say, man, I hope anybody who has children out there, my children are out there, but not in Thousand Oaks, but children wherever they are, in college, wherever they're at, that take care of our children. We always tell them be aware of their surroundings. Always know where they're going into, and always be aware of where the exit signs are, all that kind of stuff. Just stuff that we got to do nowadays. So anyhow, it's a kick in the groin, man. When something like that, it's just another gut punch. So anyhow, last week we had a show. We had Kevin Farley on last Tuesday. A lot of fun talking to him. Did anybody know Vike went to the show?
I did not go to the show.
No, I mean, did anybody know who went to the show?
Who went to the show?
No, do you know anybody who went to the show?
I do not know anybody.
Okay.
I did
you
not.
didn't go, and you don't know anybody who went. Got it. Joe?
I thought you were going.
No, dude. I was out
you
of
couldn't
town.
go. You were out of town.
Vike, where you been?
I was in
Yeah, but if anybody knows anybody who went to the show, let us know how it went. I'd like to hear it. I heard he's a funny guy, so I was anxious to hear about that show.
Yeah. Hilarious in his own right.
Yeah, he is. He was very good. I'm going to talk a little bit. We got a couple things to talk about, and let's start off with the NFL. Again, game tonight is the Panthers versus Carolina Panthers. versus
those-
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Steelers.
Yeah. But how about this? I was watching one of the shows today. I was watching one of the sports shows, and the guy, Whitlock, Jason Whitlock,
Yeah.
the black gentleman, not a white guy, black guy. But it was on Fox Sports 1, and he was talking about, and he brought up, it was almost like reverse discrimination, talking about how Christian McCaffrey is having such a breakout year,
Yeah.
but people don't want to say what a baller this kid is, what a great player he's playing, what a great season he's having, because they think it would take away from Cam's season.
Yeah.
And Cam Newton's having a
Another phenomenal year.
and an MVP year.
And I'm a Vikings fan, but I like the Panthers.
Yeah, MVP year. But
I
they're saying,
like Cam Newton,
But,
yeah.
well, if you spoke about Christian McCaffrey, it would take away from Cam. I'm going, what is the mentality? The brother can flat out play. Cam Newton can play. He's a star. Christian McCaffrey can play. He's a flat out baller, man. We knew it in college. He's got the pedigree for his father.
Absolutely.
I mean, the kid can flat out ball. So it's like I remember when in NBA, Larry Bird came in Magic, and nobody was and there was a lot of friends of mine who played in the NBA at that time. I used to say, "Who's the best player?" Who's the best player at the time? I said, "Man, Larry Bird, man, and has been for a lot of years."
We've had discussions about those Lakers.
I mean, that was
Celtics.
before MJ, before Michael really
Yeah.
came in. Because this was about from 84 to 86. Nobody was better than Larry Bird. He won an MVP 3 straight years.
Yeah.
3 straight years.
That's the last time I truly loved the game was the mid-'80s.
I mean, but to say he can't play is stupid. He's a flat-out baller. Didn't take away from Magic, didn't take away from Michael, didn't take away from anybody.
Yeah.
He flat-out ball. Christian McCaffrey can flat-out ball. He runs, he's fast as they come. He's got one of the white boys who could just fly. When he hurdled that defensive back, trying to come up on him, he hurdled him. He made the guy look stupid.
Yeah.
And I mean, because the kid can ball. So they're comparing his season. Comparing his season with Alvin Kamara from the Saints. Kamara can flat out ball, and he's having a great year too.
Oh, he killed us a couple of weeks ago.
And their seasons are very comparable. So you talk about Kamara, what a star he is. Christian McCaffrey's a star. He's a star. This year, he's going to be a future star. This kid can play. So let's just talk. Quit. We're talking about. A lot of people don't want to give him the credit he's due because they think it's taken away from Cam. Is this reverse discrimination? Yeah, it's stupid. I mean,
can the guy ball or can he?
That's it. It's like a guy. If a guy can fight, he can fight. If he can hoop it up, he can hoop. If he ball, he can ball. Stop with the black-white. Jesus. It reminds me of when Charles Barkley said one of the funniest lines.
I love Charles.
This was years ago.
It's terrible.
This was years ago in the 90s. He said, I'll never forget. He said, the world's gone awry.
Yeah.
Now, this is the time of Tiger Woods and Eminem at the time.
Yeah.
He said, the world's gone awry when the best golfer is black and the best rapper is white. The world's gone awry. But we laugh. Eminem can flat out flow,
he can
man.
spit
He
rhymes
can spin
like
them. That's
crazy.
it. Tiger Woods could play. He wasn't a good black golfer. He was a great golfer. Period. So I'm just saying, stop it with the racial stuff. It got nothing to do with nothing. If you can fight, you can fight. You can play, you can play. Oh God, I'm exhausted talking about it.
Ray, real quick, where it goes to that whole thing about like the whole race thing in sports and whatnot, and white guys versus. The point I'm trying to make is, do you remember a guy that played for the Bills in the '90s? A guy named Don Beebe.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It was kickoff return.
Yeah,
punt return.
And
he's the one who ran down the guy Leon Lett and knocked the ball out of his head.
Yeah. His son Chad is currently got called up from the practice squad and is now starting for your Minnesota Vikings.
Ah, beautiful. God bless. There you go.
But yeah, the whole like race and sports thing, it's like you're a human
Stop,
being.
man.
Yeah, stop
I mean, well, no, look. In basketball, there ain't many good white players. We know that. And they are just their centers. They're coming from Europe and stuff. There ain't many American-made white players that can ball out.
But what
No.
the whole reason that has to do with this isn't race stuff, it's socioeconomic stuff.
Yes, of course.
Because your inner city kids, of which there is a higher percentage of African American youth in the inner cities.
Don't play.
only have-
No, stop. Not African Americans, they're black. Stop. They're black, we're white. That's it.
Okay, well,
and I hate when people start that. And I'm not getting on a cake. Even the brothers say, hey, man, I ain't never been to Africa. I'm black.
Okay, yeah, however you want to phrase it.
Black,
but,
he's black. The black guys. Black guys from the inner
they've
city.
got more places to play
Yes,
basketball.
there's no dispute.
And your kids that live out in the burbs and out in the wider spaces have more
Absolutely.
places to play baseball or football.
That's right.
And that's what it boils down to.
Yes.
Nice call on that, by the way, Ray.
No. Look, let me tell you, it's just it's getting ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
I grew up in a, there's two places where color is no issue.
Yeah.
There is no issue, in the music business
Yeah.
and in sports.
Yeah.
It shouldn't.
Third
You
place.
could play. They don't say the linemen.
Yeah,
Half of the
yeah.
NFL linemen are white. Oh, do we say? Oh man, he can.
He's a good lineman for a black guy.
He's a good blocker because he's white. No, they're big.
It's
bust.
dumb.
Come on, stop. It's stupid. If you can ball, you can ball. So anyhow, that's right. But Christian McCaffrey, I just thought it was interesting. They were talking
He
about.
does ball, too.
No, I mean he's a flat out baller. He runs. He's one of the fastest white boys you ever see. One of the fastest players. Period.
Yeah.
Period. So anyhow, that's it.
Adam Thielen.
Okay, so Des Bryant is going to join the Saints.
What do you think of that?
Great. I think he's going to ball out. He's got Drew Brees. He's got a veteran quarterback. He's got a veteran team. He's going to ball out. He needed corralled. He got a coach in Sean Payne who is a no-nonsense type of guy. He'll corral him in. Because Des Bryant got talent. He's a flat-out baller. He needs, so I think now he's coming in as guy. He's just got to play loose. No tension. No, you ain't the star. You ain't got to be the star. Just play. You got a great running backs and Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram. You got a Hall of Fame quarterback. You got to just play. Just play.
Breeze is GOAT-like.
Yeah.
Greatest of all time. Like, when you're the period of football we're watching right now regarding position players, especially quarterbacks, is amazing.
Yeah. I mean, so it's he can fly. So I think Des Bryant's gonna do well. He's going there.
He'll be all right.
What was the other one I wrote about? Demaryius Thomas going to Houston.
Yeah.
Great move. He's another one. White out. Deshaun Jackson's balling out. They got a great defense. I think they're gonna be in the playoff hunt, man. And some people talking about them going to the Super Bowl. Who knows? Also,
it's not a bad pickup though.
No, tremendous pickup for Demaryius Thomas. Le'Veon Bell, the talk is really show this week. If he doesn't show this week, he can't play. He still has not reported to the Steelers. They have not heard from him. I had no correspondence with him. Giving up, they said, and I'm pretty sure people said he'll show up because you don't want to forfeit $14.5 million. Now he's given up
a lot of cheese.
$7 million already.
Yeah.
Already. But they're saying if you got the ability to give up $7 million for forfeit over $7 million, God bless you. Not smart, stupid. In a world where your playing period is so short, your career is only so short, an opportunity to make the money, and people are struggling and in this world, in this America, and
it's greedy.
Guys trying to feed their wife and kids on minimum wage, and Baller's giving up $7 million because he doesn't want to. It just boggles the mind.
It's greedy, man.
And I listen to some of these sports guys on TV. And one guy said, "Yeah, man, well, that's smart, man. He's saving his body because it's gonna pay off for him when at the end of the year when he's a free agent." And let me tell you something, man. I'm talking about old school, whatever. I'm about character. You give me 10 guys with character, 12 guys, 11 guys with character,
right,
over 11 guys with talent, anytime. Anytime.
Yeah.
Character will always beat talent, and. This Le'Veon Bell can flat out ball, but he's showing no character.
Right.
And he's and then the social stuff on social media, it's like you're rubbing it in the face. I hear a lot of these guys on TV now, and they're millennials. They're the guys from the 1980s, 90s, and talking about that's okay. He's saving his body. Let me tell you, if I'm a player and I'm a lineman on that team that busted my ass to open them holes for him, and he's gonna come in. He's coming in the last 6 weeks and he's gonna play. I tell you what, I got a problem with that. Let me tell you something. I'm a firm guy, believer in the guy. You earn it.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn what kind of star value you had, what you've done previous. This is a new year, and that ain't got nothing to do with this year. James Conner is balling out, and if they should,
that kid's good,
and if they're gonna put him to the side,
and a feel-good story,
and it is a feel-good story, and I really don't think, this. If Le'Veon Bell, if the Steelers do that, allow him to come in and just play right away, doesn't mean he can't help you. It's sports. I got it. It's pro. It's a professional.
Right.
It's a business. But you can't move him over to James Conner. Not now.
Nope.
He could help, sure.
Let him
but
sit his ass on the bench for a while, as far as I'm concerned.
I don't know if he's going to do it, but I've not heard from him. And if he's going to be well accepted, he knows he's not going to be accepted or well accepted. So why would you? I don't know. I'm linemen welcome with open arms. The team guys, yeah, I guess they would. Teammates would. But man, I have animosity. I'm not even a player. I have animosity towards them now. And I'm busting my ass all spring, all summer, busting my ass. I'm training camps, and this guy's gonna no.
And that goes for almost any job.
Any
I think
sport,
anybody,
any job. That's right.
Anybody could understand that.
Right.
But
So-
the thing about it is, and I talked to my wife about this. Is a big Yinzer. She's a huge Steelers fan. If they get rid of him, who's going to be desperate enough to take him?
Well, they're talking about there's teams out there that need running back, and they'll take him because he's a talent. We know that, and he wants somebody else to pick him up. He doesn't want to play for us. He wants a max. He wants a max contract, and somebody's going to give it to him. It'll pay off for him. It'll pay off for him because he can flat out ball and premium guys. He's a premium running back. And guys like him, there's a premium price on them, and somebody's gonna. That's business. You're gonna take him.
Yeah.
I'm not high on his character. So
$20 is the Cleveland Browns.
No, it won't be them. It'll be somebody like Houston. It'll be somebody like Houston that needs a running back to take so we'll see. And also, Des Bryant is going to join the Saints. Like I said, Demaryius Thomas is going to Houston. Le'Veon Bell is yet to report. Okay, boxing. This weekend there were some fights. Good fights. They started. I guess my man Scott Murray just texted me. Scott, my brother Scott, appreciate it. Got the text. I'm glad you told me because I was going to talk about boxing and I was going to bring that up. So this weekend in the World Boxing Super Series at super lightweight, the super lightweight, which is one for a junior welterweight, 140 pounds. Kid from Scotland, where the fight was in Glasgow. Josh Taylor, who we've talked about, who I met through Scott, who I met over this last September. He stopped Ryan Martin. He stopped Ryan Martin last Saturday. Yeah, he stopped Ryan Martin. I'm not sure. I have to look it up. I think later on, 7th round. Scott, 7th or 9th, one of the rounds. Text me, Scott, what round. But he's shown that he and Regis Prograis, that we talked about, the kid from New Orleans, who I just love it. His manager, Sam Kakowski from Churchill Boxing in Santa Monica, led by Sam and Pete Berg, is going to be moving on. Ryan Martin was a good Ryan Martin, tough kid from Cleveland, Ohio, good prospect, and real good fighter, but this kid overwhelmed him. It was just too much. This kid, Josh Taylor, could fight, and we expected him and Regis Prograis to advance to the finals. If that fight happens, man, that's going to be a war. And I love because Josh Taylor said, yeah, good fight, a little too small for me, good fighter. I love that, But so yeah, that fight was this weekend. Fights coming up. There's some big fights coming up. I think we talked about on the 22nd of December, the Charlo brothers will be defending their titles at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. And that's going to be televised by Fox. Fox just made the deal with PBC, Premier Boxing Champions, headed by Al Heyman. So Fox just signed on. It's the first time a network television network, true network, primetime network like ABC, NBC, CBS, now Fox. I keep saying, of course, HBO, Showtime are networks, but I'm talking about a national primetime network that's on everybody's box.
Everybody can get it.
Everybody can
It's
get
gonna
it.
be like
free
old school.
television. That's it.
It's going to be old school.
They just signed a deal with the PBC for 4 years and 26 shows coming up. on Fox, Fox Sports 1, and Fox is going to be doing their own, I found this out, going to be doing their own pay-per-view platform.
Oh, really?
Fox is doing their own pay-per-view platform. So they're going to have 4 shows pay-per-view this year. So that's exciting.
You know what's on my bucket list, champ? What's on my bucket list is you, me, a 6-pack of beer, a couple of good cigars, and some popcorn, and a pay-per-view.
Could happen.
There
Could
you
happen.
go.
This year. Could
Pick
happen.
one. Pick
This
one.
year. So that's going to be, so Fox is in the network. Fox Network is in the boxing game. So I'm excited about that. Also, talking about boxing, couple things. One of them, there was a fight that should have happened years ago, 5 years ago. The Cuban Yuriorkis Gamboa against the Puerto Riqueño Juan Manuel Lopez, so they call him Juanma. So Gamboa versus Juanma would have been a big fight 5 years ago, and both were at the top of the game, at top of the top challengers. Gamboa won a version of the title. I think Juanma won a version of the title. They were talking about them fighting down in Miami. They talked about the Orange Bowl. They talked about a lot of big places. Well, here we are 7 years later, and they're finally going to fight, and they're both going to headline this weekend at the Miami-Dade County Fair Expo, which is about a 4,000-seat arena, but that's a good arena. You can sell it out. They're both going to have separate fights, and if they both win, they're going to fight each other this spring. So finally, that fight may happen, but again, 7 years too late. But for Latinos who love their boxing, they're having a Boricua versus a Cubano. You're going to love that down in Miami. Not Miami, Miami. Down in Miami.
Miami.
They're going to love it down in Miami. So that's
kind of like a Brown, Steelers, Packers, Vikings sort of thing in a way.
Yeah, it's going to
in
happen.
the boxing world.
Coming up on December 1st, from the Staples Center in L.A., on Showtime pay-per-view, Deontay Wilder is defending his title, heavyweight title, championship of the world versus Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is the guy who talks more smack than anybody I know. So I'm more interested. I'm more from the UK.
More
Tyson
than
Fury.
me?
I'm more interested in the press conference. That's where the money's worth. The press conference is going to be where you get your money's worth. They'll both talk each other. If you could just battle with the talking, that would be more exciting. Maybe more exciting than the fight.
I've said this to you before. It resembles to me anymore. It looks like wrestling. You used to look at the 80s.
I understand, but this is gonna be a good fight. You know, Deontay Wilder's fun to watch, and he's gonna be out with the PBC. He's with the PBC, so might be seeing him on Fox, at a major fight, Fox Sports, or on one of the pay-per-view. Might be one of his fights.
It's going to be nice to have that much boxing accessible again.
Twice a month. It'd be so. My understanding, there's 3 platforms: Fox, Fox Sports 1,
which I have,
and
probably
when they do pay-per-view, they can do. So it's supposed to be 10 shows on Fox, 12 on Fox Sports 1, 4 shows of pay-per-view.
A solid platform that more fans can get to.
Mainly in New York at the Barclays, Las Vegas at the Staples, Las Vegas at the MGM, and LA at the Staples. But they're gonna do smaller. They may do they got a show coming up early next year on I think January 13th at the LA Live.
Okay.
Which is a nice arena. A lot of fun, a lot of concerts there. But it's a fun ride. On stage, it'd be about 4,000 seater, so that should be good too.
Nice.
And they're doing a couple shows. They're doing a show up in Minnesota, so they're bouncing around, and that should be interesting. Regis Prograis, he beat Flanagan, right? He beat Flanagan.
Yes, Prograis did beat Flanagan. I was just trying to drag that up.
Yeah, they said it was a very dominant performance.
Trying to find a description for us, but that's what I was just looking up. Prograis
did he win by knockout or decision? I think he stopped him. No, I knocked him out, I'm sure. First or second round. It was early knockout. I remember reading about it now. So Regis Prograis showing his punching power, knocking out.
I'm looking, but
watching Flanagan.
I'm having trouble with the
I just wish I knew Flanagan's first name. Is it Terry Flanagan? It might be. I think it's Terry Flanagan. Knocked out Terry Flanagan. I think the first or second round. He knocked him out early. So Regis progressing. Josh Taylor progressing. Separate. They're in 2 different sides of the 2 different. What's the word when they do a round robin tournament?
2 different groups.
2 different groups. Divisions. Groups.
Divisions. There you go.
There you go. So yeah, so they're expected to meet in the finals. That would be a great fight.
I apologize for the delay, Ray,
No.
but I'm having trouble with all of this
I
Apple
understand,
stuff
I
because I'm
understand.
used to Windows at work, and then I come here and it's Apple everywhere.
Also, on Deontay Wilder, also another fight coming up this year, and this is just stuff that people, if you're interested in a boxing fan, had a version of the heavyweight title, Tony Bellew. Tony Bellew had a version of the heavyweight title. He's fighting Oleksandr Usyk, who won the World Boxing Super Series of cruiserweights, which was just finished. He won that one. This guy could fight, man. He's something special. And Tony Bellew was a heavyweight, won a version of the heavyweight title. He beat he beat David Hay. He actually beat him twice. So he had he reigned as a WBC, had a WBC belt for about a minute and a half, and he's dropping down to cruiserweight to fight Oleksandr Usyk. But what I found interesting, really found interesting,
Yeah.
I love these guys. They're very honest about things, and he said that Tony Bellew said Oleksandr Usyk is a better fighter than me, but the better fighter doesn't always win.
Yeah.
And he used the version of Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearns,
Okay.
which he said Tommy Hearns he thought was boxing-wise he thought Hearns was a better boxer, better fighter.
Right.
Tommy was a great fighter, but Marvin's one of the greatest too. He thought Tommy Hearns was a greater fighter than Marvin Hagler, but obviously he didn't win. So he said
Any given
the
Sunday.
better fighter doesn't always win. I hate to tell you, Tony, I disagree. 99.9% the better fighter does win. Does win. Finds a way to win. That's why he's the better fighter. He usually finds a way to win.
That's why they fight the fights.
So to say that the better fighter doesn't always win, no, doesn't always win, no, that's a short, but
Sure.
99.9% they do.
Yeah.
That's why they're thus the better fighter. So that'll be coming up. That's interesting. But also, here's the thing, big news in the, well, some kind of big news. It was announced a week ago, 2 weeks ago, that Floyd Mayweather was going to fight a Japanese kickboxer in Japan on December 31st, on New Year's Eve.
Run this by me again?
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather was going to fight a Japanese kickboxer, but it was going to be boxing because Floyd ain't going to do nothing else, right?
Right.
And the guy's name is Tenshin Nasukawa. He's undefeated kickboxer, Floyd. But he's significantly smaller than Floyd. But they were going to do it because the Japanese love these challenges and he loved this. And it was announced that Floyd was going over to fight this kickboxer. They're both undefeated.
Right.
Now it just come out that Floyd come out and he looks stupid saying this because he announced the fight. He went on there, and it was going to be by the Ryzen, a Japanese promoter, promotional company, who's doing the fight. And Floyd took a picture showing him wearing these Ryzen MMA gloves, and
I think I saw that pic, yeah.
and then he come out and said he had a press conference or a press release announcing that the participation. He said he he was told it was going to be a participation in a 3-minute, 3-minute exhibition for some small group who paid a big fee to watch this because the Japanese love to. So it was a small group of Japanese who paid a big fee, not an official fight, nor was it going to be televised, and he was derailed by the new direction. When he announced that he was going to do it, it came out as it was going to be a big promotion. And he was to fight this fight. And now he's saying he wasn't. But he announced that it was. He came out and announced it. Now he's pulling back. He looks stupid doing it.
Yeah.
He looks stupid. But there's a reason why.
Okay. Explain.
Well, I think I heard a reason, which I'm not at liberty to release yet.
Okay. When
But
we can
I
release
think
it, we'll have it exclusive.
yes, I will really say that. But I think it's going to come out very soon, probably within the next week to 10 days, why he did that.
Okay.
And but he come out, announced that he went to Japan, announced that they're going to do this fight there. And they said, oh, he didn't know nothing about it. He looked stupid saying that, Floyd. He looked stupid saying that, man. Just say, look, we were going to do it. Something come up. We put it in, put it on hold for a bit. See if this other thing's, we got this other thing in a hopper. If that happens, we can't do this other. That's all people understand. It's business. But to say you knew nothing about it, Floyd, you don't walk across the street unless you're getting paid. So stop. We know the deal. You know what was happening. You went over for the promotion. Don't just stop. You knew what was happening. You didn't, and you got a better offer, obviously, while you're recanting it, and you're hoping this other offer is going to happen. And from my understanding, the other offer may happen. So we'll find out soon enough. But to say you knew nothing about it is just stupid. So stop that. Yeah. So that was the Floyd Mayweather news.
Floyd Mayweather.
But my brother can't get. He can't walk away. He keeps saying, "I'm mad." Never after the fight with the kick with McGregor. That's it. Look, we know people change their mind. We know a lot of things. But you sound stupid when you say never, never, never. I'm never gonna be happy again. Never last time you see me in the ring. Never.
You always gotta be careful with your words.
Just say, I'm retired. I'm retired, and that's it. And then if they come to you and say, well, yeah, I'm unretired now. I mean, that's it. Just say never, never, never. 2 words you never say, never and always. You never say never, and you never say always.
Yeah.
Because they're always wrong.
Yeah. Well spoken,
So,
my friend.
anyhow,
hey, how about Fluent Ricciardi? Are they our title sponsor?
They were for one show.
Okay, well, it's still up there, so they must still be.
Okay, well, if they are, Fluent and Ricciardi.
Okay, my Italian stinks.
Fluent and Ricciardi is a local CPA firm here in Youngstown, and we appreciate your sponsorship. We hope you will continue. And from my understanding, these guys are supposed to be the king of the CPAs.
Nice.
King, the accountants.
Ah.
King of the accountants.
Yeah.
So, but there's other accounting firms that I'm sure would dispute that. But if you want me to say that, then come and sponsor too on our show. Until then, Fluent and Ricciardi are the kings of the CPA firms here in Youngstown, Ohio.
I just happened to see that there, and I wondered.
Yes, yeah.
Hey, Larry over from Cambridge Avenue says hi.
Larry, how you doing, my friend?
And Tom Legatuda says,
Tom.
hey, Boom.
Hey, Tom, what's happening?
I actually said that right. Colleen Laymeyer is down in Delray Beach.
That's
you know
what her my man, her my guy.
And Steve Stabile.
Steve Stabile, Colleen, God bless, lovely couple, lovely
I
couple.
said them both right, my God. Scott Singer's out on the West Coast.
Scotty, you're the best,
The
brother. I
left
miss you,
coast.
Scotty. I miss you. My brother Scotty, good brother, man. I miss you.
And John Russell says, great seeing you at Fight Night.
John, you look great. Oh, I got to talk about that. John, thank you. You reminded me. I want to talk about this past weekend.
Before you get to the weekend, I want to say hello to Louis Sensevero.
You said that very well. Louis Sensevero.
I'm learning, bro.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
Now-
But anyway, what happened with the Fight Night?
Louis, thank you for checking in. That was very nice of you. John, good to talk to you, my brother. Always love talking to you. John Russell was Buster Douglas's trainer, but John from the area, great fight guy, good boxing man. What type of guy you want on your corner? Very, very knowledgeable, knows the sport, very good trainer. And, it's always great to see him. It's all about the fighters. And he was nobody more loyal than John Russell, and I appreciate that. And nobody who appreciated that upset win, who deserved it more than John Russell. Even James and John Russell are a team, and they deserved that upset win over Mike Tyson. They did their diligence, they paid their dues, they trained hard, they fought the fights to get there, and they pulled the upset. And they deserved it. So, good talk to you, John. But I'm telling you, my man John, we talked about it before. Fight Night for Children. Something, next year will be, I keep saying 30 years, but next year will be the 30th year. So this year was the 29th year, and I've been done almost every year. I missed a couple of years, not many though. 2 or 3, I think. And it's always great to see, but we started out again. And we did this almost 30 years ago. Started out with 20 of us, went down 15, 10, now there's 4 of us that's left. That keeps going. Me, Buster Douglas, Jerry Cooney, and Ernie Shavers. So it was great.
Oh my Lord!
they
You're talking
caught-
about 4 grades right there, brother.
Ernie's great, man. I always love to talk to him. Hardest punching heavyweight of all time. Probably the hardest punching fighter of all time. Strongest puncher. And
Almost got him too. Almost got him.
Yeah.
He almost got him,
Yeah.
by God.
But it was great to see these guys. But again, this is Fight Night for Children. My friend Raul Perez was the chairman this year. Took over for Kevin Plank, and they just raised a ton of money. And then you see all the power and money in that room. The real power players in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
No dispute. The real power players.
Wow.
And I think everyone recognizes that. And we raised a lot of money, and I'm really proud to be part of it. So it was a great event. John, great to see you there. Great having talks with you. Good discussion. Had a good talk with my friend Ollie Dunlap. Ollie Dunlap was one of Ray Leonard's bodyguards. What did I say? Bodyguards. He knew Ray when Ray was an amateur. He knew Ray when Ray kept to the PAL. And Ollie started helping us running the PAL. And Ray was a teenager. And they just stayed friends, and he became protective, the security for Ray. And he was a great bodyguard.
Nice.
So good to talk to my friend Ollie. And it was good. It's just a wonderful thing. So from there, we went to Chicago for the National Time American Sports Hall of Fame. My friend Gina Carano,
Okay.
First woman of MMA. Her, but she was a little before Ronda Rousey. At the same time, a little before.
Yeah.
But
A pioneer.
she brought the mainstream. She brought that to the mainstream. Pioneer for women, right? She wasn't the first woman in MMA. There's a lot of good women MMA fighters, but she brought it to the mainstream. Now Ronda Rousey took that handle and just took that, moved on to the next one.
I love it.
And,
I will still say that women's sports of any kind don't get enough credit.
That's
even
right.
To this day.
That's right. And Gina's MMA, hell of a fighter, and now she's doing movies, doing action movies, as she should. As pretty as she is, she's a wonderful girl. I know when she was a young girl. Her father, Glenn Carano, was a dear friend of mine. Glenn was a backup quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, that guy.
In the 70s, he backed up for Roger Staubach, then he backed up for Danny White.
Yeah, I remember that.
Then
guy.
here's the trivia. Who was the first pick at Pittsburgh Maulers when they went to the WFL? Who was the first pick at Pittsburgh Maulers?
Jeez.
Vike, I just mentioned it. Glenn Carano.
Really?
Yes, he was the first pick. He was the first.
Pittsburgh Maulers in the USFL.
And yes.
Who were hugely successful franchise.
And he left the Dallas Cowboys to play in USFL and was the first pick of Pittsburgh, whatever. I'm not sure what
Pittsburgh Maulers, yes.
Pittsburgh Maulers.
Yes.
There you go.
They played one season and they packed a joint. Those people in Pittsburgh are rabid.
Yeah. So Glenn did a wonderful job. Him and Gina's mother did, wonderful job. She's wonderful, and her sister, lovely, and it was just lovely. The whole family was there.
That's nice.
Greg was there, because the Carano family owns Mountaineer. They're the family owns Mountaineer.
Oh, my brother-in-law works for them.
They own about 31 casinos. They're the
Yeah.
They're the biggest independently owned casinos. Independently owned.
No kidding,
Family
I did
owned.
not know that.
Yeah, and her father, Don, was a wonderful, wonderful man. Glenn and Greg and Gino was there. Gino was Glenn are twins, and Gary Dillon wasn't there, but Gary was running the show from Reno.
See, it's a small world.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law's a pit boss down at Mountaineer.
There you go. Well, they still own it. Glenn bounces there, so they still own it. So it was great to see everyone there. So my friend Gina got Joe Giraldi.
Oh, yeah.
Former Yankee coach, Yankee player, Yankee manager, but he's from Peoria, Illinois.
Yeah.
He was drafted by the Cubbies, hometown Cubbies. He was a Cubbies
From
fan.
Peoria, yeah, that's right down the road.
And he got drafted by the Cubbies, played for the Cubbies, got traded to the D-backs, and then got traded to the Yankees, and finished with the Yankees. And he knew early on he wanted to be a coach, and
That's nice.
and he won 3 World Series with the Yankees. 3 World Series, and then won one as a coach when they won in 2009. So Joe Giraldi, what a lovely man. Just a lovely, him and his bride, him and his wife were just lovely people. And Gene Pignator. Gene Pignator was a coach, high school basketball coach, but he coached 50-something years, but he was Isaiah Thomas's coach in high school. In high school.
Isaiah
Gene
Thomas, no kidding.
Yeah, in high school.
Wow.
He went on to, of course, play for Bobby Knight, Indiana, and win a couple world championships with the Detroit Pistons, the Bad
I love
Boys.
those Pistons teams,
So
man.
Gene Pignator, we had a nice talk. I talked to him about he's a make. I told Gene, I admire you, man, because those years, high school coaches, when you're in high school, you're supposed to be a maker of men, not a breaker of men.
Yeah.
And he agreed. And there's too many high school coaches who are breaker.
Yeah.
Break these young kids' hearts. For freaking win. If they're a senior and they've been on that team 4 years, you give them the playing time over that freshman or junior or a freshman or sophomore who you think's a better maybe a better player, maybe more talented. But this kid's got it out for 4 years. He deserves that time. These guys will get their time.
It's
And
about
man,
it's about building character,
be
not about
a
getting
maker
W's.
of men, not a breaker of men.
There you go.
And Gene agreed with that, and I admire what he's done.
That's a beautiful
And
thing.
it was great. So, but I'm going to tell a story. I was thinking, should I tell it, should I not tell it? But I'm going to tell it because
Okay.
it's a funny story. But I'm going to tell it. And the reason I got to do it with my son Ray. Ray went with me. My baby went with me. But I'm going to tell you, because I love him. This is what I love about my son.
Yeah.
He's just a great kid, but my son Ray was there. He's a handsome kid. Not because he's my son, because everyone will tell you he's a handsome kid.
Not as
And
pretty as you.
so he was. So a couple of people, a couple of young girls that were flirting with him. Well, there was a girl there that was flirting with him.
Yeah.
And she's a celebrity.
Uh-huh.
And she's flirting with him. And I seen it, and I could see he's a young kid. You're flirting back, and they're talking, and so it's going on as the night goes on. He's talking, and so and a few women were flirting with him, of course, but this particular celebrity was flirting with him, and I'm watching him listen. So I'll tell the story. And Ray, please, I love you. Don't mind, but I'm coming to tell you because you're my hero. Because I'm gonna tell you. This is
And
why.
I have a feeling by the end of this story, he's going to be my hero too.
So he says to her, she goes, so he does the social media thing, and,
Yeah.
and she says to him, hey, I put you on my thread.
Yeah.
He said, oh, he's like it. She goes, well, I'll text it to you. I'll text it. He goes, well, okay, well,
Yeah.
how do I get it? Should I get your number? She says, I'll get in touch with you. And he turned around and he just come out, he's laughing, he's smiling and laughing. I said, what? And I watched it from Martin's ear. It was all set when he told me the story. We busted out laughing. The moral of the story, what I love about my son, he took this shot. I teach my kids to take shots. And he did, but most guys, are afraid to talk to women, and it doesn't get turned down. And she didn't go, but in essence, he did. But it wasn't. He laughed about it, and I love my baby because I loved you, Ray. I love the world as much as I love you more because he does not let. He's that type of kid. He lets things roll off his back.
Yeah.
He's that type of kid. He's always been that type of kid.
Yeah.
He's a sensitive kid, but he lets things off, things that are serious, things that hurt him deeply. But he lets most things roll off his back, and he laughed about it.
He took his shot.
He took this shot, and and I've said this before on the show. I tell my kids since they're babies, take shots in life. Don't fear failure. Everybody, don't fear failure. Embrace it because it's going to make you a champion.
Yep.
You fail, you're going to learn how to be a champion. You're going to learn how to be a winner from failing a few times.
Yeah.
And I've embraced this in all my kids, whether anything in life. Take shots in business. I've failed more than I succeed in business. But I've taken shots and I have no regrets. And that's what I try to teach my kids. So anybody out there, whether it's hard enough for a guy to ask girls, but whether it's a woman you want to date, take the shot. It's a business you want to start, take the shot. All you could do is, if you fail, you could go back to do what you're doing. But everyone's gonna understand. You took the shot, man. That's admirable. That's so admirable to taking the shots in life. And the one thing you won't regret, like I said, we've talked about it before.
Yeah.
People have often asked me, have you regretted anything you've ever done? I said, no.
Yeah.
I've only regretted things I haven't done.
Right
And that's
there,
it,
man.
because I've taken shots. And I have no
Testify.
regrets. And that's the thing, beautiful thing. So the reason I told that story, the moral of the story is take shots. Don't worry about the result. Don't worry about what you think's gonna happen or could happen. You take the shot and then you live with it. But my baby, he didn't get shut down because he goes flirt with him. So she had a shot for him too, though. But he says, how do I get that? How do I get it on my? Should I get your number or something? She goes, I'll get in touch with you.
I'll get
But
back.
I laughed. He laughed about it. He thought it was funny.
And
That's the beautiful thing. He didn't sulk about it, but he laughed about
saw
it.
the humor in it.
It's
He saw
funny.
the humor
And
in
that's
it.
what I love about him. He doesn't let things bother. You take shots, you laugh. He doesn't worry about, he took the shot. And she was flirting with him, trust me.
Yeah.
She was. And I would take the shot too. You got to throw it out there. You throw it out there. You throw it there and see if something bites. But she didn't bite. But that's okay.
Yeah.
But maybe because she was on the people. I don't know. But That's the moral of the story. Take shots. And that's why I had to tell a story because it's my baby, and I don't think he'd mind. But it was fun. I love you for that. You know, this is a celebrity group.
Yeah.
You know.
And we're not going to say who until the camera's
beautiful
off.
girl, and he did this shot. Oh, it was he come out laughing as well.
That's
And he told me the story. I busted out laughing. That's the thing I love about him more than anything, and that's what I think I love about my kids. All of them, they take their shots in life.
That's
Take shots.
beautiful.
My beautiful kids and they're great, and that's the thing. But I love that. I love that about him.
That reminds me of a quote that I've always kind of tried to have as my philosophy. You've heard the story about the guy that had the balloons on the lawn chair and he floated over the L.A. airport and they had to get a helicopter to get this guy down, and he had all these helium balloons floating. You look it up on the internet.
I remember that. Yeah.
But when they finally got the guy down out of the sky and they were hauling him into the police cruiser, a reporter managed to ask him a question and asked him why he did it. And before they stuffed him into the cruiser, the guy responded, "Well, a man just can't sit around."
Great line. Great line. I like that. Took a shot. What are you going to do?
Take your shot,
Hey,
man.
man.
You only live once,
that's
brother.
That's it. You know, I want to have a little rant, not a rant, but a complaint, rant, whatever you want to call it.
A rant, please. I love it when you rant.
You know, I watched these new millennials, these new sports guys on ESPN, Fox, but mainly ESPN.
Yeah.
And he gets young guys, and my friend Max Kellerman, I like Max, knowledgeable guy, knowledgeable boxing guy, knowledgeable sports guy.
Okay.
But man, he's a new millennial, man. He believes that when I listen to him talk, it just boggles my mind that like he agrees with the Le'Veon Bells of the world. He at least, you know, these guys should say to themselves so they can cash out.
Make your money.
But yeah, everyone wants to take the money. But man, it's about character, man. How about your team, which been busting their ass all these months, and they're in the trenches, depending on you. You're gonna walk in thinking you're the white knight? No, man. You ain't gonna be accepted. Not in my book, not my ship.
And we've talked about before, the linemen are the guys that need to get paid the big money.
That's it.
Anyway,
So
I'm sorry.
and so quit coddling these athletes, man. If they're a bust, if they lack character, let's call it out. They lack character. Le'Veon Bell can play. Lacks character, in my book. Lacks character. It's not that he's trying to hold him. Go prove your worth, man. I understand you got a short lifespan. I think you want to cash out.
Short
But anybody
career,
give up over $7 million and put up videos of him in South Beach, him going to do a gym. God bless you, man. I don't, man. You could give away $7 million. Take it and give it to the poor, man. I just don't know.
This guy's making Ricky Bell look like a road
yeah,
scholar.
I can't take these athletes, man. Max, I don't agree with you, man. I don't agree with you. Stop coddling these guys because you support these bullcrap things they do. You support this stuff. No, man, no. I let these other younger guys too. They agree with the young athletes because these guys, you know, where everyone got a trophy. You grew up in that era, Max. I know. Everyone got a trophy. But grew up in my era, when you busted your ass, you didn't make it, you got cut. You didn't make cut, you know, and you had to live with that for a year, and you come back to try to be better. That's character. You try to be better. If you didn't make it, you wouldn't make it. You have to try to come back. See, Michael Jordan. Did we give Michael Jordan his high school college basketball day when he got cut? Did he give him a trophy? Should he kept him on just to give him a trophy, or did he come back and use that for energy and come back to be the greatest player?
No.
So I
everybody's
can't.
special now.
I'm getting sick of it, man. Yeah. Well, it's a sissification of America.
We've had this
That's what I
discussion
called it
numerous
before.
times.
You know, and these athletes, man, they don't show, they don't play, and they shouldn't be getting paid in any capacity. That's it. Don't. And if I'm a guy who needs a Le'Veon Bell can ball. I know that he's gonna get paid. Somebody's gonna pay him. But I'd question the character, man. You're gonna sit out when I need you the most. No, we know when he did was on the field what he did. I'm not knocking on his field. I'm talking about off the field. He's a flat out baller, special talent. But I don't care, man. Be there with your team. Be a team player. So you're gonna do the next team? What's gonna happen when that contract's up? What's gonna happen then?
You know, it blows my mind even beyond this, and maybe it's because I'm the son of a steel worker, but I'm gonna ask my boss for a raise and then not show up for work to prove I can do it.
Exactly. That's perfect
Character.
analogy. Perfect analogy. You asked for it, so I don't know. We were talking about, like I said earlier, anybody go to the Kevin Farley comedy show this past weekend? Melissa, if you're listening, hit me up and let me know how it went. How was the show? I want to know. He was a funny guy.
He's
I
hilarious,
just,
man.
yeah, I heard nothing but good things about him, so I want to know who went, how to go. So that's my little bit of my rant complaint. I'm sick. I'm sick of these sportscasters agreeing with the athlete. Look, I'm an athlete, man. I understand it, but I love owners who are good to their players. Like I love Al Davis. Now I don't like everything he did to friends. He did to a couple friends of mine.
Yeah.
A friend of mine did to Dan Pastorini. I was there with Dan. Dan tells me the story what happened.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
Dan. Great man. I was with him all week. He was there at the
when
event
they
with us.
shucked him off to
At
the
Hall of Fame.
Oilers, yeah.
He was a guest. He didn't get inducted. He's already been inducted.
Yeah.
But he was one of the guests there with us. And Dan Pastorini, he's not a fan of Al. He was, God rest Al Davis' soul. God, he's
Yeah.
deceased.
But some
Dan wasn't a
people
fan.
aren't fans.
I see what he did to my friend Marcus Allen.
Yeah.
Put him in the doghouse. So I don't understand. But what I do love about him, basically, he's the owner saying, "This is my show. You're
Yeah.
just in it. You're
Yeah.
just in it. And if you don't go with the show, get out."
Post comes to shove, it's his team.
And Jerry Jones is similar to that. It's his team. He
Yeah.
tries to be more with the team. He tries to get more of the where Al Davis did too. But if you didn't like me, he didn't care less. Jerry Jones is trying to be more a buddy to the team. But I like Jerry Jones a lot. It's his show, and he's gonna do things his way.
Jerry Jones tends to invoke the karma of the Cowboys,
Yeah.
perhaps a little bit more, but I can't agree about Jerry Jones just because I hate the Cowboys
Yeah,
so
I know,
damn
but
much.
and I'm not a Cowboy fan either. But I like the owner.
He does
runs,
good business.
He runs
I'll
his
give him
show.
that. He
He
does
runs
run
his
the
show.
show.
He
You're
runs
right.
his show. That's all I want. If I'm running the team, let me tell you something. I own a business. I run the team. It's my way or highway type of
Right.
thing. And so if players don't want to, if they know they're going in on Front Street when they get in, they know what they expect. You sit them down at the draft. You want to come with me? Here's what the deal is.
Right.
You're gonna have more fun. You're gonna be a winner. Whatever. Beep, ba, 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 boom. But you come me. I have certain parameters. I want you to follow. If you don't, you're gonna stand for national anthem. And if you kneel, you're out. You ain't getting paid. So I mean, that's it. Things like that. Certain things. You show respect to our it's
the
Veterans Day today or
organization
tomorrow.
and its principles.
Right. It's
The-
Veterans Day tomorrow or today.
what's that?
Tomorrow. Veterans Day.
Veterans Day is Sunday.
Was last Sunday or this coming
This
Sunday?
coming Sunday.
Okay. Because I thought people talking about Veterans Day, and I'm thinking, oh, did I miss it? Because anyhow, I'm a big
Well,
fan.
the interesting thing about Veterans Day is it's also the 100th anniversary of the armistice that ended the fighting in World War I.
There we go. So,
But as far as that
do you
goes,
know what armistice means?
I can't give you the Funk and Wagnall's dictionary definition, but
Oh, I don't. I'm asking you because you used
no,
that.
okay, I thought it was a quiz. I'm sorry.
No,
it just
armistice.
means-
I know
means-
the word, yes, but I know the word.
It's not an official peace treaty. It just
but
means
it's
we're
like-
going to stop fighting
yes.
for now. We're going to lay our guns
Armistice.
down until we
I just
figure
want
this
to. I
out.
want to throw it out there. How many people knew what armistice means?
Oh, it was a quiz.
I know how to spell it. I know how to spell it. So anyhow, but that's what's going on there. So we're gonna have a guest coming up this next show, but I won't be here Tuesday, Mike.
No Tuesday?
I gotta go out west for business,
Yeah.
but I will be here Thursday.
Okay.
I know. It's funny. Joe, I said, Joe, how did our best of show do today? Not too good. I know a lot. I appreciate that. I guess that's good that I'm live.
Yeah.
But we did. It's good. We had good shows early in the year. We had good shows, April, May. I mean, listen
Right.
to them, people. Come on, don't dog me like that. Listen to the shows. Come on. We need to have a little more clientele. As we
We've gone 53 minutes without either of us dropping a swear.
No,
That's got to be a
no,
record.
That's not who we are, Joe. Not who he is. Not who he is. Okay, two things. I watched the Whitney Houston
The biopic.
documentary.
Yeah. Oh, it was
Yes,
yeah.
it's this past weekend on Showtime,
How was it?
and I'm trying to think of the name. It's Whitney. I can't think of it.
Wait a minute,
All
look
that
it
I
up.
am, or something like that. All who I am. But they talked about her family and friends, and very interesting. Talked about her life. Whitney was not the all-American girl with Dutch, and I'm not knocking her. I'm not trying to throw shade. I'm not trying to throw. She's God rest her soul. She was a great great talent.
Yeah, but when
great,
she
great
first came up, there was this image of her that
right.
she was some kind
and
of
it wasn't
pure
that.
churchy
She was
girl.
she did sing from the church. Her mother,
Yeah.
her mother was a singer, you know, and her mother was Sissy Houston, who was a backup singer for Aretha Franklin, I believe.
Right, yeah.
A lot of big names, and was a great singer herself.
Right.
And her cousin was Dionne Warwick, another terrific singer.
I forgot about that.
But Whitney was special. But she sang in the choir, where her mother was a choir leader. But years later, her mother wrote in her book that she said, "My daughter stole everything I used to do. My daughter stole my show, stole my act." That's your daughter. Don't you want your child to be better than you? You should be flattered. She was.
Yeah.
But she was talking about it in anger. My
should-
daughter stole. She stole everything I did.
A better phrasing would have been, "I'm so glad my daughter carried on my legacy."
Yeah. But a lot of things we you know, when you say, I'm not talking out terms, I'm not talking scandal, I'm not talking rumors, because this is what was in the movie. But a lot of things we didn't know. But she came from Newark, rough area, but she started getting high in high school.
Oh, really?
And what I found out, I did not know. And a lot of people, and I know somebody who knew, and before this came out and talked about this, they said a lot of things people are going to, the family didn't want this out. They didn't want
Right.
this movie made.
Of course not.
This documentary made, because it's going to break the image.
Yeah.
They didn't want it made. And she had a fallout with her father at the end. Her father wanted to sue her for a lot of money.
I remember that.
He was her manager, and he didn't think that he paid, you know, that's your daughter, but you sue your daughter. And he said she didn't pay him when he's supposed to have coming. I can't sue my child. I don't know how successful you
My
want.
dad would have done that stuff for me for free.
I couldn't, yeah. I can't, you know, anyhow. She had two brothers. Talked to them, Gary and Michael, I believe.
Okay.
They interviewed them, and they spoke highly, but, you know, just...
Everybody.
Anyway, she was from Newark, which I said,
Yeah.
but she was a girl from the neighborhood. And one thing I found out, later on when she met Bobby Brown, married Bobby Brown, everyone knew Bobby Brown's wild ways. Everybody knew what it was. She turned him on to drugs.
No kid.
That was the thing that come out. She turned him on to drugs.
Wow.
And I'm not trying to talk rumors. I'm talking about a movie that was out. It's been out.
And it's part of the
But I was
story.
surprised.
It's
I didn't
surprising.
realize that. She had been doing drugs since high school, and she turned Bobby Brown on to drugs. Not that he hadn't done a little bit, but with the coke and all that. But he turned her on to drinking. She wasn't a drinker.
Oh.
She did pills and other stuff, but she didn't drink.
There's a dangerous combination.
So he turned her on to drinking, and she turned him on to drugs because he wasn't. You know, I found that interesting, man. I found that wow, that's a bad combination there.
Yeah.
That's a deadly combination. And
Sid and Nancy.
so she was a sad woman. You think her career was, you know, she was a sad woman, and it's heartbreaking because she was brought up, and when Clive Davis found her, you know, she was a teenager, and brought her up. Dad tried to make her take her out of the R&B, make her more pop.
Yeah, I remember
That's what he
the
did.
first single was
Pop.
like, was it How Will I Know?
Yeah, How Will I Know was the second actually.
It was big on MTV. It was very poppy. It was very kind
That's
of...
right. How Will I Know is right. It might have been her first. I thought it was her second big hit. The other first one was
Could be,
Bella.
I don't know.
Her best.
But that's the one I remember, yeah.
And but he made want to make her more pop.
Yeah.
And then, but as she got it, she wanted to do more R&B, and then she wanted to do more hard edge stuff, which wasn't her image. But she wanted, you know. Another thing I found out when her and Bobby Brown had the daughter Bobby, not Bobby Marie. I'll think of it. Bobby Tina.
But who also...
Later died of an OD also. But that child, you'd think most people take their child on the road with them. She loved her child. There's no dispute she loved her child. Not gonna. Most people, she left her daughter back
nannies and stuff.
with the grandparents for months. When she was on the road for months, most people take their kids on the road with them. Most of them, and that's why I know a lot of kids send kids to school, boarding school and stuff. I don't knock them. And I have friends of mine who did it, and their kids are great, successful, brilliant kids. But they want them their whole. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
I need to raise my babies. I need to have them. Right, wrong, or indifferent, good, bad, or they're my babies, and they need to be. And they're going to be. I'm the one who's going to raise them, and they're only going to get my love, and my attention, my affection, and my knowledge, and my world experience and all the things I want to teach you. So, right or wrong, they're my babies. So I that was interesting that she left her child for months because she was always with her in papers, but she left her for months when she was on the road.
I did not know that.
I just thought, oh, that's kind of weird. So anyhow, if you check it out, the Whitney Houston is on Showtime. Whitney Houston documentary, and there are so many people out there. I'm not saying every person, but so many people said we were waiting for that call to happen. We knew it was going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
How many people were friends of them and said we knew it was going to happen eventually?
They weren't necessarily surprised, but not shocked.
And her first assistant, not manager, best friend was the girl she grew up with.
Yeah.
Was a girl she grew up with, and the girl was no stone gay. So that's why the rumors. They're not saying she, but they're saying she did has sexual activity, homosexual activity with the girl, lesbian activity with the girl, and then but. Again, I ain't throwing shade out there. I'm not throwing rumors. I'm saying this is what was. And
it's
if
a
you
compelling
don't,
story.
It's a if you interesting. I don't take away what a great talent she was. Doesn't make her any different in my eyes. But a few things I found interesting. And if anybody, All That I Am, some Whitney Houston documentary on Showtime, and it was in the theaters. Went to Showtime now. But it's scathing. It's
keep
scathing.
an eyeball out for it.
So
I
thought that was anyhow. That was so okay. So one of the reasons I brought that up is because a quote.
A quote.
So I'm gonna give you two quotes. One from Whitney Houston. That was interesting. It's very simple but very true. Because people always said to me, I remember when it changed me. Do you think fame's gonna change you? Fame, being fame, change you? I said, I hope it didn't. I think I handled it well. I hope I do. Others may differ with that. I think I handled it well, but I had fun with it. I didn't take it serious. I didn't. Yeah. I had fun with it.
But when
they asked Whitney Houston about she was asked on a show, do you think success changed you? And she said, success doesn't change you. Fame does. I thought that was a great quote, man.
I love that, Ray.
Success doesn't change you. Fame does.
Wow.
So, I know. I've seen people become jerk-offs when they got famous and stuff.
Yeah.
And present company excluded, of course.
Oh, yeah.
I pray. I hope. I got to tell people all the time. If I offended you in any way, if I was a jerk-off to you, I apologize. Sincerely apologize. I think I handled it as best as possible. I had good parents who guided me right.
You did good, right?
My parents, and so I had good friends and family, around me, and good business associates. So I hope I did. But that's great.
For my part, I was a jerk before I got famous.
So you didn't change at all.
Exactly.
But boom. But I love that. I must quote again. Success doesn't change you. Fame does. Okay. And this is another quote is by a friend of mine, Renzo Gracie, from the Gracie family, the first family of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay.
Great family, great martial artist. The first family of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And Renzo Gracie, the cousins, he's a master. And lovely guy, just lovely guy. I've met him through the years. We're friends. We're not. I said we're good friends, but we're friendly. I've seen just a lovely guy. And he's been putting a lot of things on Twitter and Instagram. And he's just, but he has a lot of wisdom, and I like this guy. I like him a lot. But here's what he said. He said, and I thought this is interesting, so I'm going to quote this. He said, people ask me if I hate my opponent. No, I don't. I love them. They are the ones that actually make me bring the best I have.
Wow.
Which is another way of saying bring out the best of me. But he said, people ask me if I hate my opponent. I don't. I love them. They are the ones that actually make me bring out the best I have.
Wow.
Think about that. That's the truth.
That's heavy.
Your own is good. You're the same thing in war. You never read about General Grant. We didn't have Robert Lee against him. Is there about you're there about the Patton? If he didn't have the adversaries that he had.
Yeah.
The fighters.
If you don't have Rommel, you don't have Patton.
Exactly. You can't talk about fighters are only good as their opponents. That's why Ray Leonard's and Robert Duran and Tommy Hearns and Marvin Hagler are talked about because of the opponents they fought and beat.
Yep.
So those are the guys who bring out the make you great. It's the people you fight against, play against.
Yep.
Whether it's sports. In my sport, the guys I fought. So whatever success or failure I had, but I got a lot of success out of failures. I didn't win my first world title try against Alex Arguello, but I got a lot of popularity from that because of the fight itself.
And it motivated you to beat the hell out of the next guy.
How we handled it afterwards, how I handled it. So I was always appreciative of that. One of my best fights, even though I lost. But I always appreciated what came from it, and the knowledge I gained, and the love I earned from others. I mean, others I got from others. Just people were just so kind and loving to me after that fight. So I do appreciate it. But that's what happens when you our opponents. They bring out the best of us. That's what you want in an adversary. And in life, same thing. You have to have that opponent. It may have to be a physical opponent. It could be a mental or emotional
challenge of some
if
kind
you have a
to
marriage
overcome.
that's not working, that's an opponent. Your significant other becomes an opponent, and how you handle it is going to make you a better person or not. Some people become better people because they handle it a certain way. Others don't because they handle it a certain way. So you got to handle, so interesting. So again, people always ask if I hate my opponent. I don't. I love them. They're the ones that actually make me bring out the best I have. Renzo Gracie. Love that. Love that quote.
You know what I love about this program is the wisdom. There's always some nuggets
You gotta
of
give some
wisdom
life
in here.
lessons. Gotta give life lessons. Well, we've been over a little past the time, 6:06 here. So we're gonna say goodnight, Mike. I'm gonna say
Let's
goodnight.
get the hell out of Dodge, Ray.
Yeah, and thank you for listening to another round of the Boom Boom Room. Boom Boom Room. Say that fast 10 times. I won't be here on Tuesday, but I will be here a week today. And I'll have other good news and some things to talk about. And what's up, Mike?
I got something for you.
What's up?
Before we go, if I can do this right.
Yeah. Bing! That's the spit bucket, man. See, one more time, Mike.
Wait a minute. Let me see if I can do it.
Listen up. Ding! Can't get no better than that. And on that note, we're going to say, take care of each other, love each other. Good night and God bless.